come on, whoa! When I say whoa, I mean no!
And that's exactly how I'm feeling right now. Come on now. Wow! And life is hard, my friends. Life is oh so hard. Yes, it is. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's an all-new episode of Full Circus. I'm your clown, Tristan Sartoris, and I hope you guys are having a beautiful day, Friday, whatever it is, doesn't really matter. I hope you guys are having a beautiful one of it. This weekend is the NFL draft. I'm recording this episode just a little bit early because I'm going there. It's in Cleveland, of all places. So I'm actually going to be going to the draft, so I got to record this just a little bit early. So I don't know. I don't know who we got. I don't know who we're getting. I don't know if it's going to be entirely that great. And, we'll see what happens. But can't wait. I'm so excited. I don't know if anyone likes sports or not, but gosh dang it, man. I'm ready. Ready for the Browns. Get somebody big. Somebody good. Somebody impressive. Who do we need? A lot of defense. We need DBs. We need linebackers. We're pretty good at we're everywhere, but you know what? Go Browns! I don't think I've ever talked about the Browns on this show. Typically I do because I'm usually recording in the middle of the offseason, but I just started this show 2 months ago. But anyways, welcome back. I hope you guys are having a great day. Mine has been interesting, to say the least, but more on that in a little bit. Episode 8! This is episode 8 of Full Circus. I ended the last episode. I think the very last line was me saying, never mind. Wait, I'll tell you in the next one, or whatever I said. And I wanted to say that this is episode 8. 8. You know what that means? It means 2 months. It means 8 weeks of podcasting. That's an impressive feat. And if you go and read a couple things, I read some articles, studies show, there were conducted surveys, very impressive stuff, that people who make 8 consistent episodes straight out of the gates usually go on to have the most successful and popular and greatest and most fun and lively podcast to ever exist. Don't look that up. I didn't make it up, but, just don't waste your time. But yeah, studies out of Eastern Colorado. Go Bighorns. I don't know if that's true. I got that from video game. They said that. But it's not the point. Point is 8 episodes, and I don't know if I've ever made 8 things consistently ever. I've eaten things consistently, but I've never made 8 things. But that's a big deal, and I'm proud of that. We're only going forward. So before I go into the drawbacks of things going on for a second, I want to talk about the positives, like that, like the draft, like the consistency, like the fact that this booth is getting so freaking soundproof. Listen to this. Echo! Hey! I got panels, I got freaking bass straps, I've got more acoustic foam, squares and tiles, and it's just boom, listen to this. Oh yeah, it's nice. It's looking real good. It sounds good. I can have the gain up a lot louder if I wanted to. Like if I wanted to do like a boy, tell me something, boy. And you want to do like a quieter voice for that. I can't. 1 second. I just messed up everything. I shouldn't be playing with the equipment. I need a producer. I need someone to do this for me. But yeah, anyways, it's so good. So it's getting very dead. And that's a good thing in this terminology. And I'm noticing I'm fixing the freaking curtain again. Don't touch the curtain, Tristan. Doesn't matter. But I don't there's like a little sliver of light that I just don't want to see it happen, and I just can't help but fidget. But it's so nice. I'm loving it. It's like no one can hear me scream. Good or bad thing. I always think about that. Whenever I go and whenever it's time to leave the nest and move out, I'm gonna have to be asking a lot of questions. Like, well, is there a lot of noise in here? If I'm going to move in an apartment, I'll be asking the landlord stuff like that because I've got to do my voiceover stuff and acting and in the podcast. I'm like, okay, well, what's the noise like? Can I hear the neighbors? Can I hear people around? Can I hear the airplanes, hear the buses or the trains? What's around? How good is it? And I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good. I'm like, okay, so no one's gonna be able to and are they gonna be able to hear me? they're like, well, I don't really know how exactly that works, but I mean, I guess there might be some noise. I'm like, okay, but if someone was screaming in here, would people be able to hear that out loud? Like if I'm like yelling, and if like me, I'm me. If I'm just screaming at the top of my lungs, no one would hear that. Is that good? And they're like, okay. They'd be a little sketched out because, what are you asking? I'm like, no, I swear. I'm just doing voiceover stuff. But I'm loud. But they'd be scared. They'd be a little thrown off. But we'll see. I hope whenever it's time, I'm going to find a place that's just real dead. For better or worse, maybe I'm the one who needs help and no one's going to be able to hear me scream because my freaking acoustic wall's so awesome. It's pros and cons, baby. Life is all about pros and cons. Those are the pros. Now, you want to hear some cons? Dun, dun, dun! I want to put some lightning sound effects in that thing right there. Actually, I don't know if I left enough time. Let me do it real quick. Ready? Bum, bum, bum! Wait. Bum, bum, bum! Yeah! Row! That was the sound effect cue for The Dumpster Wizard Strikes Again. In my life, this tiny little guy that lives on our shoulder, conjuring up trash at every turn, making garbage situations. Because I don't know where the Dumpster Wizard came from. I don't know where he belongs. In the trash can. Oh, Dumpster Wizard, he's a little man. Dumpster Wizard, yet he makes your life just like a trash can. That's the new segment. We'll just cut to all the crappy parts of life once a week and talk about how he's affecting it. So, would I rather an angel? Sure. Would I honestly rather a little demon on my shoulder at this point? Maybe. But Dumpster Wizard, I don't know if he's got any pros, but he's all cons, and it's just in the most craziest ways. So immediately, what's funny, so I ended the last episode, right, talking about the Dumpster Wizard, and I posted, I'm all flustered and I'm stressed out. And I would go back to listen to it just a little bit later, and I realized that I was so flustered or whatever was going on in my brain, I posted the episode without finishing the edit, so it's entirely coming through your left ear. It's all left. I think. Maybe I had my headphones on backwards. I don't know. But it's one-sided. It's a one-sided argument, literally. It's just me, but it's also just coming through one ear. Dumpster Wizard gets me again! Ugh! But you know what? Maybe... I don't know. But if you're like deaf in one ear, you probably didn't even notice. Like you're like deaf in the right ear, and you just hear on the left. Like, yeah, this is just a normal show. This is a normal one. Or if you're deaf in the left ear, you probably thought there was no sound at all, and you're just waiting for something to come through the right side. I'm sorry. I don't know why I did these things. I don't know why I slip up in these such ways, but I did. So that was immediately, like within 40 minutes of me rambling about the Dumpster Wizard. Whoosh, I'll get you soon. What do you do? He's a little wizard. Come, children. Ew. What would a wizard say? I was thinking like the witch from Hansel and Gretel, but I don't really like a witch. I want a wizard, like I'm a dumpster wizard. Come play in my dumpster, or whatever a dumpster wizard would sound like. Everyone's got their own perception of a dumpster wizard. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's for me, he's a short little, dwarf, right? It's from what's the Snow White movie? It's the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, I think. I've never saw here's the thing, as I grew up, we didn't have any sisters, or like female cousins around, and we just didn't watch. I never really saw any of the Disney princess movies, and I just realized that now that I don't really know anything about them, which is a shame because it's like that was like the original Disney thing. But anyways, I know there's Grumpy and Stumpy and Dumpy and Bumpy, or I don't know. I really don't know. Smiley, Nappy, Sleepy, Bert. There's one that just sounds, it's like a normal name, right? I could be completely off the mark. There's someone who's like really passionate about the Seven Dwarves. Unless there's only 5, then you're like, dude, please. I have no idea. But there's someone who's passionate about it. He's like, dude, come on. It's and Craig. But anyway, so in my head, he looks like one of those. He's a short little guy. He's got a nice long pink nose. He's got glasses on, and he's got a classic wizard hat. You can't really be a wizard without having a pointy hat, a blue pointy hat with stars on it, and a robe, and you're magical. And he has a wand. I don't know, but it's made out of like just dirty old chopsticks he found in the trash. And he just hey. Well, you think your life's going pretty well, don't you? Try this! Ring! And now we cue into the next bit of Dumpster Wizard's power, which is this the most horrible moment that's ever happened to me? Yes, dude! No, it was just, it was an embarrassing moment, and then it just made me think of it even more. So I was door dashing, right? I was delivering this food, and It was just a critical moment. These were literally back to back. Like within 10 minutes of me realizing that the earbud thing went out, and I was like, "Oh, Dumpster Wizard's still here." I was delivering that order. I give the guy's food, and he's like, "All right, man. See how easy that is?" He's like, "I appreciate you coming and give me my food. All right, later." And he puts his hand out like he's waving goodbye. Now I think he's trying to go for a high five. So he's like, "All right, man, I'll see you later." I'm in the car. He walks out to the door, right? He's at the driver's door. I roll the window down and I give him his food. He's like, well, the whole story is the GPS took me the wrong place, and apparently he knew that I was going the wrong way. He's like, I'm getting texts like, "You're going the wrong way. If you need help, go this way." I'm like, "What's going on? I'm just following the GPS. I should be there in a minute." He's like, "No, it takes you into some like airport or something." So finally, I redirect and get back out, and I give him the food. He's like, "Yeah, see, we work as a team. See how easy that is?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, all right, I appreciate your help." And he's like, "All right, I'll see you later." He puts his hand out. "All right, later." He's waving. I'm like, "Oh, that's a hand that needs to clasp in friendship, right?" Bam. So I give him his food, and now it's already awkward because he's been trying to direct me back to his house away from this airport for the past 20 minutes. And I finally give him his food. He probably wants nothing more than to just leave and go eat, because he's basically working part-time for me. So and then he puts his hand out. "All right, later, man." And I had to go and meet him. I thought it was a high five. And the look on his face was he's like, "What's happening right now?" And then I was like, "No, I was saying bye too." Like it just didn't work out that we were both just saying bye at the same time, and now we're high-fiving. So then he like backs out of it at the last second, so now I'm left hanging. And so I'm sitting there with my hand out. He's like, and then he like doesn't want to make me feel bad, so he's like, "Oh," and then he puts a fist bump out. I'm like, "Yeah, all right, man, yeah, totally, okay." And so then I slam my head down into my freaking horn, and I just drive away. Sad and unfortunate. That was a horrible experience. I'm pretty sure he had his kids out there, and I was like, maybe we're part of the family. Maybe this high five needs to happen. Yeah, he didn't. I don't think he was ready for it, and I don't know if he wanted it, but I gave it to him, and we got a fist bump too. So we're basically best friends. I still don't know where he lives, so if you want to find him, he's gonna have to text you. So that was that. Everything seemed to be going okay, pretty decent for the most part. Hold on one second. Is there a burp coming? No? Wait, just air. It's just air. I'm breathing. That's what that is. Yeah, so anyways, fast forward to today. Everything's been okay. It's been decent. It's been all right. And see that we're scaling through our problems. I'm driving through. Again, I'm doing another order, and all of a sudden, I drive down this road. There's a small little pothole. I see it. I try to turn away from it. Unfortunately, the whole road's basically potholes at this point, so I dug one and end up going into the biggest freaking Grand Canyon of a pothole. This was like the entrance to the Batcave or something. I hit it. The car jumps about 8 feet in the air. It could have cleared someone if I wanted to, honestly. I've never seen someone do an ollie with a car before, but I just did it. And I'm like, oh, something's got to be wrong. And I'm just driving slow. I'm like, come on, everything okay? I'm not hearing anything. So I drive about a minute. I start hearing some squeaking. I'm like, okay, well, we got to get out. I get out, I look at stuff, everything's seems to be okay. I'm like, well, there's some squeaking. Something's wrong. I don't know what. My computer is trying to die on me. Come on, man. I get out like any sane person does, and I look at what's the squeaking, what's going on, why, and I see that the hubcaps are now like rubbing against the tire. I'm like, okay, well that, I don't know if that's gonna make my screeching noise, but maybe. So I adjust that. Everything's okay. I'm like, all right, well everything's all right now. I pull off. I'm going straight for about 8 feet, and all of a sudden I hear, and now the control arm is bent inwards, and now the car's just stuck there. It's gone. Dash ended, and that's when I realized that I'm not more powerful than the dumpster wizard. The dumpster wizard does and says and casts crappy, garbage, trash, unsanitary spells all over my life whenever he pleases. I thought he was gone. I thought he was doing good. I had just donated to the church. I had tithed, and I thought, yes, this will keep him off my back for just a little bit. But nay, he survives. He knows he casts spells whenever he wants to. So that was neat. So basically the car's stuck here. My dad had to come get me and bring me back home, and to which I said, hey, I'll do the podcast. Good content. But you know what? I posted about it. This guy's out there. And that's really the most recent experience I have with the dumpster wizard. So that's that. Those are the problems. Pros and cons. Now let's go back to some pros. Don't know. I don't know. Can't think of any. Glass half full. I'm more of just like, I don't even know where the glass is right now. My train of thought is so gone. But what have I been up to? We've been doing yard work this past weekend, fixing up the yard, get everything in ship shape, and yard work's tricky sometimes. It sounds like a good idea in theory, and you're like, okay, it's something I just want to get done and make it look nice and whatever, and about 15 minutes in, I just realized I have no desire for this. I lack desire completely. And my dad and, my brothers, but mostly my dad, he loves this kind of stuff. He loves to just do the yard work and make it all look nice and take pride in it. And it's always such a, work is its own reward kind of thing. I can't live like that. I need incentive. So I'm just lacking desire to do this. It's like, why am I, and I'm going to do it because that's just what you do. You rise to the occasion and you keep on chopping broccoli. But yeah, it's sometimes it's tricky to do things that there's no benefit of getting out. I mean, because it's not my yard, right? It's not like I'm going to take pride in it and be like, hey, come see my dad's yard. I helped on that. But, that's life. I mean, you do a lot of things without incentive or desire, but it's a pretty routine thing. What else? There's tons of things like that. Brushing your teeth. But I guess there's an incentive because you get nice teeth. But making your bed. I don't know if there's a reward that comes with that if you make your bed. Is there a desire to do it? No. Will you feel proud? I don't know. Maybe. I've never done it. Cleaning the house in general, I don't feel pride in that. Sometimes when you clean up your own space, like I never really felt it until I had this little, I got this little studio, I got this little podcast room that it's really just my space. I'm like, okay, well, I want to keep this pretty tidy because I'm living in it. I like this little spot. But the actual house, I never got that. Maybe this is something you learn as you're more on your own or it's your place. But yeah, I never really got the desire to clean up or why you want it to be clean. And we used to clean up a lot, especially when my mom would leave. Dude, when my mom would leave, she would go on like some sort of church retreat or, whatever it would be, and it would be like, oh, we're going to have so much fun, just me and the boys. My dad is just like, yeah, we're just going to eat some snacks and pay out and just have ourselves some good time. And she would leave, door would close, and all of a sudden he'd be like, yeah, we're going to do this thing called daddy clean, right? Now, a daddy clean was different. What he said was different from a mommy clean. Mommy clean was just a general cleaning of things. What my dad wanted to do was clean literally everything to surprise her when she would get home. So we're dusting, and dusting? I didn't even know what dusting was the first time we got a duster. I was like, why does a dust get somewhere in the first place? Because it's not used, because no one goes there. That's why dust gets there. So I'm like, why are we dusting these places that no one sees? So there's been times like there's a shelf that's 7 foot in the air that we're dusting off this shelf. And keep in mind, my mom is like 5'4", right? So effectively, I'm dusting and cleaning off a place she probably doesn't even know exists at this point. Every nook and cranny. You're like, what? These are made up words, but you know what? Gosh darn it, every nook and cranny is clean with a daddy clean. And it just got to the point where you're just like, Mom, please don't go. You don't gotta go. God knows you care. You don't need to go on like some Bible retreat right now. Just stay home. We need you here. But she would leave, and then my dad would bust out the Swiffer, and the house would be clean, and we'd be cleaning again. So that's always that, and you just don't have that kind of desire. Are you freaking kidding me? What? Oh my gosh, man. You know what? So I dropped my phone. I went into this whole big bit about how that's not the Dumpster Wizard. The Dumpster Wizard's not that petty. He has a very creative and distinctive 1-2 jab. That it wouldn't be that. The Dumpster Wizard would not make me drop my phone because he's more creative than that. Does he take petty shots and make me try and high-five people that aren't asking for it? Yes! He's a petty little man. Little turd blossom, but he wouldn't make me drop my phone. He's above that. But no, apparently when I dropped my phone, I dropped it on the little 1.5-inch wide button that would click it and turn off the recording. So I just lost like 6 minutes of freaking blessed golden audio. So yeah, that was the Dumpster Wizard. And then I went into a whole other shtick about how I will never reference the Dumpster Wizard again because the last episode was called Dumpster Wizard, and it won't be a sequel because sequels aren't awesome. And I'm not going to call it Dumpster Wizard, The Return of Trash. No, we're going to call it something big, something great. And I was going to talk about something awesome for like 8 minutes or more, and I was going to title the episode 8, Something Great. But I wasn't going to say that. And then I was going to go into some news articles, and I forgot where my head was, and I went into a couple other things, and I don't even remember what I said anymore, but you just got to know that it was golden. It was freaking buttery, smooth as country crock, boy. I'm heated. I'm a little bit. Is it because the room's warm? Perhaps, but composure. Don't let this get the best of you, man. You're better than this. Think about the pros. Oh, the room sounds so good. That's a pro. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. Hey, did the podcast break? It's fine. Drop your phone? Did it crack a little bit? It's fine. Did the last episode only be in your left audio? Yeah, it did. It's fine. Did you high-five an adult man in front of his family while he was trying to say goodbye to you because he just spent the last 20 minutes trying to get his food? Yeah, it's fine. Did your car break down? Yeah, it's fine. Confronting our problems today on Full Circus. This is Full Circus. It's fine. Everything's fine. I say that a lot. In the podcast, not ironically or not to be funny. I'm just like, oh yeah, but it's fine. Whatever it is. And the more I listen to it, I'm like, dang, well, once someone says it's fine so many times, something's not fine. If you're spending so much effort trying to convince somebody that everything's okay, chances are it's not. Like if you're in trouble or if you did something wrong, obviously you're going to try and convince them you're an angel or that the complete opposite. That's how kids lie. That's how kids pretend. They did the complete opposite of anything they'd done. I didn't really lie much growing up. I was horrible at it. I was an awful liar. Because my face, oh dude, you know what I hate? My face gets so red when I get nervous or I'm under pressure. I can't control it, no matter how much I want to feel. Like even if I'm like completely comfortable, like if there's like even a little bit of my brain that's, people are looking at me or something's wrong or I'd messed up, my face just gets hot and red and people they like call attention to it and whatever. Like, hey, your face is red. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's because I just freaking, broke all your dinner plates. And that was a different story. I was helping someone move and I forgot to latch the back of my truck, and all their dinner plates fell out on the open street, and they cracked and they broke, and that was an embarrassing moment for me. So yeah, yes, my face gets red. What am I? Oh, I just had like 3 different things I wanted to talk about. None of them, they all went away. It's just a freaking ship passing in the night. Yeah, so anyways, I'm a bad liar. Awful. Terrible. That's why I don't lie. I can't really even remember lying. There was one time where we were painting these walls. I was helping my dad paint these walls. And he had just got done rolling them. And I touch it with my finger, boom, and I make 2 fingerprints. My thumbs, and my index finger. Ping! Big old marks. He's painting the other side of the room. He comes back to it. He's like, where'd that come from? Who did that? And I looked at him and I said, I don't know. I was 10 years old. And I said, I don't know. And he looked at me, and this was the sound of my face just burning up. And I went, actually, it was me. I did it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I touched it. I thought it was dry. And then he's like, no, it's fine. It's whatever. I'm just going to, like, he just pulled it up, and he pulled up the freaking roller, and went, gone. But anyways, that was one of the moments he learned that I'm meant to be a truthful person, dang it. I wish I could lie. It's hard. It's hard, especially with my profession as acting. You know, I really got to get into character. But when the character is me, it's not easy to do. But rest assured, you know that I'm telling the truth. Maybe. You can't see me, but my face may or may not be red. So, is everything I say true? You be the judge. All right, guys, this has been Full Circus. I'm going to keep on clapping because I don't know what to say. Thank you so much for listening. I hope the draft goes well with the Browns. I hope you guys have a beautiful weekend. Hope you have a beautiful time. This has been episode 8. So many weeks we've been consistent. Do not let anybody, not going to say his name because he's a douchebag. Not going to say it, but just don't let it or him, whatever, affect you. Have yourself a great, beautiful, sanitary week. And I'm out.